Welcome back. Since 1854, our sponsors, Bryant and Stratton College, have been delivering cutting-edge education and high-quality curriculums for all of its students. And even now, 170 years later, they show no signs of slowing down. I'm joined now by Dean of Instructor, Dr. Christian Blum. Hi, Doctor. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Chelsea, for having us.
Of course. I'd actually like to start off by you taking us back to 1854 and what was considered state-of-the-art then.
Sure. So if we think back to 1854, first of all, teaching tools. Students had tablets back in 1854, but not the electronic ones that we have today. So cutting edge in 1854 would be the students having their own whiteboards or blackboards where they would write down answers to questions that the teachers would pose, and then they would have a blackboard behind them, and the teachers could translate what the students had written. So that was considered cutting edge back in 1854. If we think about what we have today, we have, of course, digital tablets. So iPads are the rage within education. We also have the Blackboard Learning Management System, which is the way that our students access a lot of the materials outside of class and also inside of class. Student materials back in 1854, the textbook was cutting edge. In fact, Bryant and Stratton College was one of the first universities, colleges in the country that actually published textbooks.
Wow.
And we actually supplied textbooks nationwide to a lot of universities and colleges. Of course, now those student materials are far more ebooks by nature, so digital technologies. Communication, we were one of the first universities, colleges that offered correspondence courses. We actually have in one of our cabinets at one of the campuses a letter from 1904 where one of our college representatives was explaining correspondence-based education. Also back in 1854, from a teaching standpoint, it was very lecture-based, very much about recitation, whereas today, much more focused in on student engagement, active learning, and also we've recognized that the needs of our students to be more flexible. So we have blended instruction. We were one of the first universities and colleges in the late 1990s to introduce online education, so completely asynchronous, where the students basically do their work at a time that works best for them. So a lot has changed, but also in some respects, a lot of things have stayed the same.
I like it. Okay. Well, what has remained consistent over 170 years?
I think the big thing for Bryant Stratton College is that we remain employer focused. So if we go back to 1854, a lot of focuses at universities and colleges was on classical education. Whereas for Bryant and Stratton College, we were balancing theory along with practice. We have pictures also from the 1850s of students in labs where they literally were learning the art of, as accounting or bookkeepers, putting information into the ledgers, walking that over into a faux bank and making the deposit, and then from there watching basically the transaction work its way through the financial industry. Also for the college, we want to stay market relevant. So over the time that I've been at the college, I've seen us introduce criminal justice. I've seen us introduce our health services administration program in the early 2000s, and of course now our Bachelor's of Science in Nursing program.
Nice. Okay, let's talk about your specialized curriculums you offer for your business students.
Absolutely. So we have a lot of different opportunities for our business students. We have an associate's degree and a diploma program in business. We have a bachelor's degree in business administration that really prepares our students to be general managers in a sense. They can work and maybe go into finance. They can work in some sort of entry-level management position, and they work their way up from there.
And more than that, you make sure your programs are flexible and inclusive too, right?
100%. If you go back to 1854, Bryant Stratton College was one of the first institutions that admitted women. And if we then take a look at what we are doing now, inclusivity and also accessibility are very important to the college. So knowing that we have a lot of non-traditional students, we have a lot of students who are working adults, we offer a lot of our courses now in what's called a blended model, and that is where the students come to campus for about an hour and a half per class per week, and the remaining hour and a half or so of instruction is actually done asynchronously at times that work for them with the learning management system. And what we have found is that flexibility makes it a lot easier for a working adult who has children and full-time jobs and all the ands in life, like we like to say, where they have the ability to really take care of all of those responsibilities in their lives.
Wow. Well, it seems like your college has been ahead of the game since 1854, and you continue to be cutting edge in helping our students and deliver greatness. So thank you so much for coming in and sharing more. Viewers, if you would like to learn more information on our sponsors at Bryant and Stratton College, you can just visit their website at bryantstratton.edu. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you.